What's good, y'all? It is Thursday and the game is over, and that means it is time for the Thursday Night Football post-game show presented by the Audible Sports Podcast, where sports meets life and culture. I am Bobby G, alongside the mayor of Kansas City, Wildcard Mar. How you doing, bro?
Man, dog, if they had me mayor, bro, woof, boy. Yeah, there's a whole lot of changes gonna be happening, man. But nah, man. Hey, man, pleasure to be here. As always, chopping it up with my guy Bobby G. Hey, we here, man. We about to recap. I look. I know you happy, dog. Listen. All right, cut to the chase. I know you happy.
Hey, it has been a long year. Actually, it's kind of frustrating, though, because we've beaten two of the best teams in the NFL.
Yeah.
And we can't beat anybody else. Like, what is going on? It just don't make sense. Like, it doesn't make sense. In theory, our record should be inverse because we should have beat all the poor teams and lost to the good teams. Like, what the hell is going on? Maybe we should just play Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Kansas City. Just load our schedule up. Just give us all the playoff teams, man. We go 17-0. We running the table. But we're going to get into the Browns' spectacular, I guess you could call it the frozen tundra of Cleveland Browns Stadium this evening. It was great. I love playing in the snow when I played. It was some of the funnest games I've ever played in, especially on natural grass. I will say that, on natural grass. Playing on that turf back in the day, that was not fun. Boy, that was not fun. I never played on AstroTurf, but the old school turf, but you get scraped up something fierce.
What it do, Ron?
Already in there acting up.
Big Ron
was
Hey, we should do that. We should get Ron on the line one time.
Oh, I'll be trying. It ain't for lack of trying.
I he'd be willing to cut up for real, man.
I don't know though. That might not be. We need to get him on the live on the Friday show. That may be more appropriate, But tonight, yeah. We're gonna get into it. Cleveland Browns, Pittsburgh Steelers, Thursday night. And like I said, we were talking before the show started. So yeah, I actually did pick the Browns to win this game. There's a show I watch every morning. It's the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. Shout out to those guys and the work they do. They reminded me of a couple things. One, they reminded me to check the weather. And when I did, I saw there's a possibility for snow. And I'm like, man, if it snows, I might have to take the Browns. But they reminded me. Actually, the Browns have taken, prior to tonight, they had taken 4 of the last 5 games in Cleveland against the Steelers. They also reminded me, Mike Tomlin has never beaten an AFC North team on Thursday night. As great as he is, he's never beaten a division rival on Thursday night. And that sealed it. I was like, I'm taking the Browns. Snow, we've taken 4 out of the last 5, and he is 0-7, now 0-8 lifetime on Thursday night against division opponents. So they convinced me this morning to take the Browns. I mean, obviously we get into the rest of our picks later, but yeah, one up. I'm already on the comeback. We're gonna get into that when we get into our results. But
I did the comeback.
Yeah, the comeback trail is real. We picked up a game. Man, this guy, man. Yeah, you're on the world tour. What you at Chili's, man? Chili's, baby back ribs, barbecue sauce. But Ron Isley down there. Steelers Browns. It was, if you are a fan of weather games, we don't get too many nowadays. Global warming and all of that. But when we do, They're usually special. They're usually good games. This is a good game. It wasn't one of those weather games where it was just 2 yards in a cloud of dust. They were actually throwing the ball over the yard, mixing it up, play calling wise. The defense was making plays, offense was making plays. Actually, just a very good football game for the conditions. Cleveland comes out on top. Jameis Winston made the RT tried to get a game away. He did try to get a game away. Just clearly threw that interception in. Almost at the end, it almost put it away. Like, bro, what you threw it right to him. He also had a fumble. We were playing with basically our seventh string left tackle, somebody that we picked up during the middle of the season. Nick Chubb 3 touchdowns, bro. So if you're lucky enough to have him on your fantasy team, 2 touchdowns, excuse me. If you had him on your fantasy team, good job. Russ played a solid game. Justin Fields came in, made some plays with his legs. Like I said, it was to me. This was just like for the weather conditions, like a well played, just a very well played football game as well as it could have been. Obviously, I'm happy the Browns came on the top, but the Steelers, is it a letdown? Was it a trap game? Did they fall for the trap? They are coming off the big win against the Ravens. Short week, not a lot of short week, and on the road, and on the conditions I listed, Mike Tomlin having never won a Thursday night game against a division opponent. Could the short week actually have anything to do with that?
Yeah, yeah. I think. We talked about it like we said off air. Just couldn't for me. I was disappointed in Najee Harris. Like he's supposed to be, number one guy over there. They kind of went to Warren a little bit more tonight, so that kind of says something about it too. And the carries he did have, man, he wasn't getting nothing. I mean, he was running straight into the back of his guards and his tackles. I mean, come on, 16 carries and 41 yards. What are we doing? Like this is your type of game. This is snow weather. This. If there's any type of game that says, "Hey, run the ball," it's rain and snow. It begs you to run the ball. It absolutely begs you to run the ball, and they just couldn't get it done. Obviously, the Browns did a much better job on the ground than well, at least getting in the end zone. The yardage won't say much neither, but it's crazy because as a team they run for 120 yards, but it wasn't significant runs.
Right, it felt like a lot of empty calories.
Yeah, because it turned to pretty much nothing. Like besides those few deep balls that rushed through down to the field, it was pretty much that's what it was. Getting those nice little plays downfield, but they just couldn't get. It just didn't feel consistent. I know 34 carries, 120 yards, not crazy, but still, you look at the Steelers like this was a game begging y'all for run for like 200 yards as a total team, man. So, but in that same breath, you also got to give credit to the defense of Cleveland. They was like, oh well, if we're gonna try to muck it up, well let's muck it up then. So They was getting down and dirty. Hey, Myles Garrett had a hell of a game.
Absolutely.
Pretty much told the voters, don't look at my record. Called defensive player of the year. So don't look at the team record. So he had a hell of a showing, man. Hey, Cleveland wanted it. Cleveland wanted it.
I'm glad you he said. He not like us. I'm glad you actually did bring out Myles Garrett because honestly, that is one of the underlying stories of the game. It's been a thing for like the last 3 years. Who's better, Myles Garrett, T.J. Watt? Obviously, play in the same division against with rivals, so they see a lot of each other head to head. But a lot of people feel T.J. Love doesn't get the national respect he deserves, even though, I mean, Steelers are a benchmark franchise. They get their They get their fair share of television time. You know, Pittsburgh's not the hugest market, but the Steelers get their fair share of television time and big games. Yeah. So you know, they're not small market by any means, but people just feel like TJ Watt doesn't get the love from the media when it comes voting time for certain awards. Defensive Player of the Year being one of them. Also,
hey, don't we got Defensive Player of the Year?
He has one, but Myles Garrett last year won his first, and to say TJ wasn't happy is might be downplaying it. Remember, he didn't go to the ceremony because I guess they let the guys know ahead of time that didn't win, that they didn't win, so that there's no no postal moments at the award ceremony. So TJ didn't even go. He didn't go to the award ceremony. Myles Garrett kind of took that as disrespect. Like, bro, like we show up for you. You know, you do great things. You can't show up just because you didn't win to support your. At the end of the day, we know that those guys consider themselves a fraternity. You know, NFL's a fraternity. They're all brothers under the helmet and the shield.
Yeah.
So Myles thought that was kind of petty. He was actually asked about it during the week. The media said that TJ might owe him an apology for not showing up to the award show. And it's a big thing. TJ's brother is you know, he has weekly segments on the Pat McAfee show, so they're always asking about him when he's on ESPN. They're always asking him, who's better, your brother or Myles? Like the dude is supposed to say anything else. Like, yeah. So this is a big thing. But with all that being said, I mean, all I'm saying is Myles Garrett had 3 sacks tonight. I don't even think TJ had a pressure, let alone a sack. I mean, he had 1 tackle, 3 assist tackles. I don't think he had a pressure. I know he was held the whole first half without a pressure. I don't remember him really getting one in the second half. And like I said, we had our 7th string. Oh, no. I'll take that back because TJ plays on the defensive left, offensive right. So we had Jack Conklin. We had a Pro Bowler on that side. But Njoku and Akins, those guys did a good job of chipping Chubb when he could. Jerome Ford as well. Pretty much shut him out. Yeah. So, at least for this week, I don't want to hear any other TJ Watt, Myles Garrett talk. I don't care what you think of who's better career wise. Tonight, Myles Garrett was the better player. Period. Yeah. Moving forward, I really don't know how I want this team to play. They say defense is decent. Overcoming a 3-to-1 turnover ratio is crazy, and still getting a W. Jerry Jeudy, I'm gonna give you a shout out because I'm on you when you don't play. Jerry Jeudy performed tonight.
I was waiting for it. I wasn't gonna bring it up. I wasn't gonna bring it up.
Oh no, do you know? Hey, you know better than anybody. I'm on his head. I'm on his head all the time.
That's why I want to.
Nah, I'm just giving him a shout out, man. He played his ass off tonight. He came up with some big catches, big plays.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, made a crucial catch, 4th down. On our last drive, converted a 4th and 2, and was able to stay in bounds impressively and make that catch. Yeah, Ron, Myles is a monster. Yeah. I forgot to hit the graphic, man. Slipping, but there we go. Yeah, Jerry G, I'm on his head when he messes up, so I got to commend the dude when he plays well. He played his butt off tonight. He looked like a number 1 receiver. He outplayed his counterpart, which I guess tonight would be George Pickens. Even though George Pickens made a couple of catches, he made that 1 catch. It was fantastic. Just go home, right? You should stop being the creepy old man in the corner of the bar. Let those young ladies enjoy their evening.
Telling you, round the trip, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, you can say trying to make you a big catch. I mean, according to Charles Barkley, You guaranteed to make a big catch, man. Them big old women down in San Antonio, big churro eating.
Hey yo, that's too funny.
uh, but last week Pittsburgh Steelers didn't score a touchdown. This week it took them uh, to the second half to really score a touchdown. Um, are the Steelers on the down, or are they like coming down off the high horse, or is this just kind of every good team goes through a slump, nothing to worry about?
Uh, Overall, I don't think it's nothing to worry about. But also look at it this way, man. Sometimes it just be like that. I mean, it's a division game, so you know each other pretty well. You
Right?
know, it's an AFC North game. You know how those go every year.
Absolutely.
It don't even matter what the record is at the team at the bottom. Once they see a division opponent, man, they get up for
Yeah.
it. So
Yeah.
um, it's just things like that I just think that kind of like a perfect storm for Cleveland tonight, man. Jameis actually was playing sound football, wasn't being he kind of had a couple of little goofs, but for the most part, with Jameis, if you get 75% good play and 25% goofs, you'll win more times than not. Is when you start getting that 50-50 goof to good play or below, that's when it starts getting bad. But he had his 75% tonight, which was great for him. I kind of knew something was in the air once I saw the pregame speech and he was talking with the reporter before the game. I'm like, oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he's giving this Jameis speech. Yeah, it's something might be brewing tonight. I'm like, yeah, somebody.
Unwavering faith.
I'm wavering with faith. I'm like, oh yeah, this man better be in this fucking bag tonight, bro. So no, he did make a couple of throws. I was like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
Jameis.
Especially
Stop
for the
playing.
weather.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
No, him and Russ made some couple of throws tonight in that snow. I'm like, okay,
yeah.
y'all playing football. Oh, okay, let's get
Yeah.
it then. Yeah, I was like, well, let's get it then. So came down to the last few minutes of the game and great game, man. Overall, I think you got
Yeah.
a mix of everything for football fans. You got some defense in it, uh, and then you got some down the field plays and a couple of plays and a couple of amazing catches on some clutch moments that happen. So overall,
Mm.
man, I know last week we was kind of dreading it, but now I'm kind of like this might have been one of the better Thursday night games. So
Surgeons
yeah,
are above average team, Super Bowl one contender, but
nah,
not
nah.
likely to get. No, Remember, I called them a Super Bowl contender before the season started. Once I heard they got Russ. But here's why I asked you. Basically, should Steelers fans be concerned? And I'm gonna ask you on a scale of 0 to 10, how concerned should Steelers fans be? But take this information with you to think
I
about.
would say look at their
And
schedule.
I'm glad you said what you said, because the key thing to what you said was division games, anything can happen, and especially AFC North teams, they get up to play against each other.
They got
They
a
got
grip.
six games left, four of them in the division, and
They
your
got a
two outside of division games, Philadelphia and
yeah,
Kansas City.
yeah,
Six
yeah.
left, four division games. You're 1-1 in the division now. How
It,
concerned should Steelers fans be
nah,
going down the stretch?
you got some concern because, like you said, that schedule with four division opponents and then the two outside your division, they're leading their division. So
Right,
you
basically two best teams in the league.
yeah. Oh, you. I hate to. Nah, I don't hate to do it. Nah. Here's the thing. This is when Mike Tomlin's going to have to do Mike Tomlin things
Mm-hmm.
because I think they got to get out of there 4-2, which is a lot to ask. They got to get out of there 4-2.
Okay.
Um, I mean, if you're going to contend, because all right, so and I'm a big Mike Tomlin fan, love what he's doing, but having a winning record and making it just to the playoffs is cool and all, but it's been a minute since you won that Super Bowl, bro. Like we also got to look at the other side of the coin of this thing. Yeah, he's been consistent in not losing, but he's still losing because there's no deep playoff runs. There's no Super Bowl appearances. There's no Super Bowl wins. So it's
Mhm.
like you just keep getting to the dance. Like, okay, like what else? So I mean, that's my only slight critique I got of Mike Tomlin is yeah, it's cute to keep getting to these winning records into the playoffs, but damn, man,
Right.
what else you gonna do with it? Like, if you just gonna keep making appearances, man, like that's cool and all. Wait, what else? What are you building for your fan base to look forward to besides just an appearance? I don't
Right.
know. Sometimes I just think that's give me more, give me more. Like
Yeah.
you got
What are your concerns about the Steelers going down the stretch?
fatigue.
Hmm.
Um, when you play that many division opponents in such a short amount of time,
Yeah.
you can beat up, bro. Um, you're gonna get a physical opponent in the Chiefs on Christmas Day. Eagles, look at that defense, how they starting to come around and they starting to knock heads. Like that's gonna be a physical game. You're
Yeah.
you're you're going against physicality for the next hell for the rest of the season. That's your rest of the season right there.
On the plus side, though, um, the furthest you have to go is Southern Ohio.
Yeah,
They got a bunch of short road trips. I mean, obviously Philly's in state. Uh, for Baltimore, that's only a couple hours from Pittsburgh. And I think Cincinnati is a little bit further than Baltimore is from Pittsburgh, if I'm not mistaken. Uh, so I mean, you do have that going for you. Your furthest trip is like 300 miles,
yeah.
if that. So, but did you like the way they kind of used Russ and Justin? And granted, I think if weather played a bit. If it was clear skies, I don't think we would saw Justin at all. Really.
Here's my only drawback about it. When you bring Justin in, it's kind of like, well, you're kind of tipping your hand because it's like it's not too much disguising that you can really do. Because
True.
he's not playing. So when you put him in, it's like, all right, well, I wonder what they're doing. So hey, here, I wonder what these guys got up their sleeve.
Yeah, but
And
well, I mean, it did work the one time because he broke off like a 30-yard run.
oh yeah, I mean, that's also to Justin Fields' credit. He's an athletic guy, so
Yeah,
um, I don't know. You can't get too I guess surprising with that move with that play set. So I mean, as long as they don't wear it out and become predictable with it, because then now you're just wasting plays and time. So
yeah. Uh, one complaint I'll definitely make, not about Sid, more the Browns. I will say I was not happy, and I'll go ahead and say just flat kind of confused by some of the play calling down the stretch. I thought we passed the ball way too much in the last 4 minutes of the game. Uh, Especially what turned out to be our final drive. We come out first down, we run the ball, get
mhm.
6 yards on the first down. So now you got 2nd and 4, we pass the ball. 3rd and 4, we pass the ball. Fourth, like, why not just keep running the ball? Like I felt we could have ran the ball and set up. I just felt we could have killed the clock. Like this, to me, the Steelers should not have touched the ball again, and because it looked towards the end like Tomlin kind of knew it and kind of basically that I think that last touchdown was they let us score basically to preserve as much time as they could to get the ball back.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah, I thought Nick Chubb would have kind of went down on it instead, but he scored the touchdown. And I get it. You count the odds. They need a touchdown to win. What's the chances they go down? But I think if it was me, I would have kind of just saw where my kicker wanted. But I mean, and yeah, you take that chance. A lot could have happened on that field goal attempt.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to measure. But I don't know. I just think the clock management, which surprisingly for Stefanski has been like he's usually the past 4 or 5 years he's been really good at it. This year is probably his worst clock management year, and it's like weird. But he did give up the play call, so now it's Ken Dorsey up to calling plays. So I mean, he can wipe his hand like, hey, it ain't on me. I ain't got to answer those questions this week. But Ken Dorsey, what are you doing? Like, I would personally like to know the thought process behind that, because I think I would have called it completely different. Or I don't know, maybe not. We 2-8. Maybe I would have said F it. Like, it don't matter. We're trying to get this number 1 pick anyway. So, yeah. If I'm a Steelers fan going on, I might be. My concern meter maybe at a 7. And I say that because we're now a game closer to the rest of the pack. Buffalo's already passed us for the 2 seed. I got a problem with that. We are only well, obviously depending on what happens with the games the rest of the week, we're only a game up on the division. So Baltimore just gained on us. We're game up for the 3 seed. And we also have the potential. Let's say that the Ravens do pass us. We could be a game behind the Chargers after this week. Or should the Ravens pass us in the future, if we fall to second in the division, then we could potentially fall from the 2 seed, which we've already done, to now you're talking like 5 seed. So, especially with this schedule coming up, like that concerns me very much. We got to play Cleveland again in 2 weeks, and they're going to come into Pittsburgh with all kinds of confidence. We play the Bengals next week. The way, as a fan of the Browns, there go de facto fan of the division. The way the circle of life usually goes is we beat the Bengals. The Bengals beat the Steelers. The Steelers beat the Ravens, and the Ravens beat us. That is the circle of life of how the AFC North goes. So with that being said, the Steelers usually beat the Bengals, and you got 2 of those coming up. You're going to have a pissed off Ravens team to contend, and you're going to Baltimore. Hell, I'm talking myself into an 8 now. My concern meter maybe at an 8 now. You got Saquon. You got to go against Saquon, and Saquon just had a new move put into Madden. That man is made right. He's altering the culture right now. So do I really want to see that dude? Not really. And I mean, the Chiefs are what they are. Like, that game may still matter on Christmas. I mean, it's going to matter on Christmas. I don't think Patrick Mahomes wants to look bad on Netflix. So, yeah, I've done it. I'm at an 8. I'm at an 8 if I'm a Steelers fan. I think they really needed this game. I think this at the end of the season, if they don't win the division, this game's gonna come. This is gonna be that game. Like, this is the one that altered the course of their playoff future. So, but Saquon mad back. It is now you can jump. I mean, Madden already got all kinds of glitches and bugs. Now you can jump backwards over people. I'm done, man. If I'm playing online and somebody picked the Eagles, I'm quit. I'm quitting. I'm insta quitting. Like dashboard, off the rip. I'm not dealing with that. But like shout out to the Steelers, shout out to the Browns. Good game, good GG's by my Browns. Shout out Miles Garrett. Shout out Jerry, Judy, Dick Chubb, and the whole crew, and famous Jameis. But we get into what y'all really here for, man. Y'all don't care about the Thursday night game, not as much as I do. What you do care about is the weekly top tens. And I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pat myself on the back. As y'all recall, last week I famously put the Detroit Lions at number one on my top 10. And everyone was like, what are you doing? But Chiefs, they're undefeated. And I was like, I got a feeling, man. It's going down this week. And lo and behold, it went down last week. Buffalo came through for me in a big way. Proved me right. If you notice, I also had the Steelers over the Ravens in my power rankings last week. And what happened? The Steelers came through for me. So, I don't want to say I'm like psychic or anything, but, I do pretty okay at these things. But, these are our weekly top tens. You see, we got a couple of differences. I got the Eagles at 2, get Chiefs at 2, Bills at 3. We both got the Bills at 3. You're slightly higher on the Steelers than I am. That was a good reason how tonight played out. I'm a little higher on the Vikings than you. The Commanders are no longer in my top 10. And I noticed for you that the Texans were not in your top 10. I think that's the first time for you. First time this year, Texans hadn't been in your top 10. For me, the Commanders fell out because we touched on it, or we talked about it last week. We just noticed that, hey, they really haven't beaten anybody. Every playoff-worthy team they played, minus the, as they caught the Buccaneers early, they've lost. Like every big game opportunity, they've lost to now three potential playoff teams. So all their victories are really sub 500 teams or just average teams or below.
And that's damn fair point.
Yeah, and last week they lost to Philly. Yeah. And that just kind of solidified it for me. It was like, I love everything they got going on. I think they got a bright future. Jaden Daniels, he could be him in the future. But this season, hey, you got to learn how to win in this league. And you got to take your lumps. They're just taking their lumps. I mean, I still think they're going to make playoffs. But yes, they showed their inexperience has shown over the last couple of weeks, because that's the best way to put it.
That's a fair point, yeah.
And but I'll talk about the Eagles a little bit later. Mar has a bad habit of not telling me who his focus team of the week is. So I intentionally highlighted the Bills. I'm going to make you talk about the Buffalo Bills after what they pulled off last weekend.
Man, hey, just got to give credit where credit is due, man. They, they wanted it more. They made the lesser amount of mistakes in that game. It always comes down to a very close game between those two. And this is not me hating. I just think we've seen this script before when it comes with Bills and Chiefs. They gotta win this game when in playoff time, because we've seen this script before.
Oh my God! Hold on, time. I'm going to applaud Big Ron.
What?
I'm going to put that up there again. He put his top 10 in there, and he did not put the Falcons. I'm proud. I am proud of you, Ron.
Now you can't put it in there.
Not this week. Nah.
Not right now. They I don't know what's going on with them, but no, but no. You know, this is the moment that when you needed a big game from Josh Allen, he delivered. And I know it had a lot of people, and they pressed on the moment. Oh, he's MVP, MVP. I'm not ready to do that. I think he's in
Right.
the conversation. But even if you go to the stats, even for you nerds who love the stats, like Lamar is killing it in just about every category, ahead of Josh Allen. So
Yeah.
I'm not ready to go on that train yet. But hey, he stepped up when it mattered. The thing is that felt like a real Superman uh, performance from Josh Allen to get that dub. And
Hmm.
then when you look at that, you know, I look regardless of who was there or not, he was shorthanded. So was Patrick, but Josh Allen made more plays. I mean, that's to me that's just the thing about it. He made more plays than Patrick. Um, but as a team, they made less mistakes. So you just got to give it to the Bills for handling business. Um, they gotta looking at their schedule down the stretch. They got some
Hmm.
teams on there that's gonna
Oh
give
yeah.
them some play. So uh, is it sustainable for this type of way of winning football games? I don't think it is, but it'll be exciting. The only problem is you got to be careful trying to keep playing these hero ball with Josh Allen, thinking he's just going to be able to just bail you out of every
Yeah.
situation. That's my only
Yeah.
concern.
Uh, are you concerned at all about Mahomes' turnovers?
It's weird because some of them I can say about half of them I can say that was his fault. Like definitely that first interception he threw in the game, that was I don't know what he was thinking. Trying to he completely missed Noah Gray by like 5 yards. Was overthrown.
Hmm.
Um, and was like a duck for the safety for making that interception. The last interception in the game, I'm not mad at them. He's trying to make a big play. The safety just made a great diving catch on it. I'm not tripping off that.
Right.
There's some tip balls that pause that's turned into interceptions. Uh, I know. Let me chill.
Uh,
Um, I I think it's a combination of things. I think he's kind of worried about the timing that he has in the pocket because
hmm.
for some reason the tackle play has been kind of sketchy the last few weeks.
That's fair.
Um, whether it's on the left side or the right side, but more noticeable on the left side. And so I'm thinking that he feel like he has to rush through his progression because he's like, I'm not having the time like I normally do. Um, and so I think that's playing into some of his play a little bit. And so he's kind of just like, because like honestly, eh, especially for all my Chiefs fans out there, if you look at the All 22 on the NFL Plus app, if you don't got it, get it. Especially if you talk
Oh yeah.
football.
Definitely
Um,
worth it.
oh yeah, he's missing some reads. So there's a combination of I think Patrick's missed some reads and he's not getting the time that he's normally accustomed to. Sometimes maybe help him out with some of the play calling. I think so. That's a combination of that needs to be added into it. Good thing about it is, they found ways to have this 10-1 start, so they get the time to or 9-1 start, so they got the time to keep making adjustments. I don't think they're at their full tilt. If you've been noticing what Kansas City's been doing, they've been using the regular season to work
Oh
out
yeah.
kinks.
Yeah.
And then once you get to January, it's like, all right, we worked out our kinks. Super Bowl run.
Yeah.
So
Pretty much. I can't disagree with you.
yeah, so look, until they're eliminated and until there's somebody else hosting the trophy, not named Kansas City, I don't think there's really nothing to worry about until that situation happens, and then you can look back at the things that they didn't fix that you knew were a problem. So
Isn't that good this year until until the
yeah,
playoffs start.
yeah, until so until further notice, man.
um, guys do get some help back if I'm not mistaken this week. I believe in Isaiah Pacheco coming back this week.
Yeah, he's slated to come back. I haven't heard about Charles Umenihu, who was one of the pass rushers that actually was doing great for the Chiefs down the stretch. Had a big sack against Lamar in the AFC Championship game, and then um, tore his ACL. I believe that's what it was in the second half. So uh, there's a possibility he might be back. Possibility. Got Juju Smith last week back.
Mm.
Um, they're saying they maybe in a couple more weeks they might try to see what's up with Hollywood Brown, who hasn't been able to suit up all year. He's been out since August, first preseason game. So uh, the Chiefs are starting to get healthy at the right time. Still waiting for Harrison Butker, the kicker, to get off the IR. He got about three more games.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's
I mean, you got
I,
Justin Reed.
oh yeah. So no, they're starting to get healthy at the right time of the season. So um, down the stretch. So we'll see what happens.
I love that comment up by Rom because I mean it's until they show me otherwise. They're an above average team that's winning some very close games and arguably lucky games. I'm not going to disagree with you, and I'm not even going to comment. But what I will say is, people used to say the same thing about Tom Brady, and then he'd win the Super Bowl.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna leave it alone, and we'll come back to that comment in February.
Hey, that man's a boogeyman. Oh, hey, Patrick Mahomes is a boogeyman, bro. He is.
Eh,
He has the same thing that Brady had. When you left 2 months on the clock, you like, man, I might have do my own self. Like, you got to give this man nothing. You can't give him nothing. You can't give him extra possessions, and you damn sure can't give him too much time on the clock. It's a problem. Uh, you know, hey, I'm trying to tell you, man. It's certain individuals that you see and you like, bro, this man might
let
turn
me tell you,
my nightmare, bro.
and they got the ability to flame. What are you talking about? They won the Super Bowl last year.
The last two.
Yeah, like when did they flame out? If winning the Super Bowl is a flame out, I hate to see what you call winning.
Hey, hey,
But
no cap. That's crazy.
yeah, for me, the Eagles are my team of the week, and it's because they've they've turned me around. Man, I've done a 180. Last year, we spoke about them a lot last year, and basically said they came out every week and tried to lose games. Um, they tried to lose games and they ended up winning them all. Um, at the beginning of the season, it looked like more of the same, but Saquon Barkley has really put a battery in the back of this team. And I mean, he's
Yeah,
kind of. It's not like they're trying to lose games. He's given them the ability to close out, and that's scary because we know they can get ahead of teams.
hmm
But now that they have the ability to close out, or they have a guy to kind of uh, shift the momentum of a game at any moment, uh, or spark a comeback. Um, I think going forward and down the stretch, we'll see we'll see what the Eagles' potential really is. Uh, with the last couple performances from Lamar, I know he's probably numero uno on a lot of people's MVP lists. And even though he probably won't win it, for me, it's right now it's Saquon. He's number one on my MVP list. Um, to me, he's doing the exact same thing for the Eagles Christian McCaffrey did last year in his first full season with the 49ers. I know he got traded there the year prior, but last year was his first full year. And it was this being Saquon's first full year with the Eagles. Like he's kind of giving that same influence, except he didn't have like a 6-game window to kind of get it right. Because when the 49ers hit the yard last year, they were off and running. They already knew, hey, we can do this personnel. They already knew because he got traded season prior. For the Eagles, they had to figure it out. They're working off training. They're starting from zero this season. So you see kind of like now they're hitting that point of where the 49ers came into last season. The Eagles are starting to hit that now with Saquon. And that could be scary. I think they are the number one threat to the Lions, and should those two teams collide in the playoffs, that should be a fun one.
Mm-hmm.
So, I am now. I won't say I'm a believer, but I'm not down on the Eagles. Not down on them at all. With the rest of you got the Ravens at 10, man. So that surprises me as well. From I think last week you had them at number 4. In the top 10. From 4 to 10, man.
I'm just that defense, especially on the secondary side. I don't know what's going on, man. It's like it's not recognizable Baltimore Ravens defense where they're just getting gashed like this on the secondary, man.
True.
When especially when you start getting into playoff time and your defense is leaky on the secondary, dog, that's a problem. I mean, you're asking quarterbacks to just flame you up, and they're gonna go against some quarterbacks in his playoffs on the AFC side. That will torch that ass if your secondary is bullshitting, and that's gonna cost them, man. That's gonna cost them a game, and it's going to come at the expense of a very good Lamar Jackson game, because there've been some games where he's throwing almost 300, 400 yards, and they're in a shootout with Cincinnati and had no reason to be, and barely getting out. So
they lost to us, man. Jameis hit him for 300.
Yeah. I mean, Jameis was cooking. He was cooking crab legs that day for real, bro. So, and I know it was a loss to a divisional game and rivalry. I get all that, but now you're 7-4, and your schedule for the Ravens, they got a fair amount of divisional games too. Down the stretch, so they're going to be getting beat up and stuff, and I just think that's a bad trend heading down the stretch where you're kind of playing up and down football. Losing these games because your secondary can't stop nothing, and is to me, I just think it's just kind of one of those things where Baltimore, I think they peaked too early.
Interesting.
It's one of those things where you now you're kind of starting playing with fire because you're not in control of the division right now.
Right.
So you still have to fight to get to that. I mean, I think last time I looked, there'd be like the 7th or 6th seed, which would be dangerous. That I mean, let's call a spade a spade. That's a dangerous 7th seed or 6th seed, but you want to get closer to that top of those playoff seedings, and you got the victory over the Bills, but you got a loss to the Chiefs, and now you got a loss to the Steelers. So you're not in the driver's seat. And sometimes could potentially bite them in the ass for that. Potentially.
This is true. Who did they? They haven't played them yet. You've lost to 2 division leaders. You have you played the Texans second to last week of the season. But to me, the most important game of their season is this Sunday. In which they got the Chargers on the road. Because, like you said, I think right now they could possibly have the tiebreaker over the Chargers. So I think right now they're in the 5 spot. If you lose that game, that drops you to the 6, and you have 0 tiebreakers um, over anybody above you who could potentially fall down.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then the following week you play the Eagles. If you lose to the Chargers, to me that then makes the Eagles game must win.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you lose both of those, now you're talking about you're 7-6 with 4 left to play, including 2 division games, one being the Steelers, the other being the Browns, who you've already lost to, and then you sandwich the Texans in between that. Um, we could be talking about a potential collapse, and you missing the playoffs altogether if you lose these next 2 games.
Yeah.
You could go from literally 7-3, sitting pretty, control your own destiny, to literally we're talking about finishing 8-9 and
Hey,
out of the playoffs. That's a legit possibility if you lose
when
these next 2 games.
when you mess around and lose to the Raiders, just stuff like that bites you in
Yeah,
the butt. Um, losing what they lost to the Browns. That was
yeah,
one of
that was a
you know
stupid loss. The Raiders stupid loss.
yeah. There
Uh,
was a stupid loss in there that they had. That was
I mean, last week still doesn't. Your defense does. You just talked about how the secondary was. Your defense literally does not give up a touchdown, and you lose that game.
mhm. Yeah.
That's terrible. Uh,
I think they just
and
been playing
then
too much.
and then the pinky toe. The pinky toe is going to haunt their whole season.
Yeah.
And unless they win the Super Bowl,
I think
that pinky toe is gonna be a big deal. But yeah, man, I'm right there with you. Hey, if Lamar's the MVP, he's gonna win it over the last 6 games.
see, but the thing is, I don't think it's just necessarily like. I think a lot of people are going to find a way to put the blame on Lamar on why the Ravens, if this scenario turns out kind of how you laid it out, to
Yeah,
kind of go,
worst case scenario.
yeah, worst case scenario. But even if they, I mean, 4 losses now, I don't think they'll be able to reach the 1 seed. They'll need a couple of Hail Marys and a lot of divine intervention to get this 1 seed down. But say they're a 7 seed or a 6 seed, and then they don't get out the wild card. I mean, the talking heads are going to be on Lamar's head, and I don't
Oh
think it's
yeah.
necessarily his fault on why the team hasn't fully, reached their potential. I mean,
Can Harbaugh survive that? If they come in as the 6th or the 7th seed and lose in the first round, you started off 7-2.
and I hear what you're saying, but so here's always my thing. What do you replace John Harbaugh with that can get you that same kind of standard of success in Baltimore? I mean, I'm hard pressed to find anybody that can, duplicate what he's been doing with that franchise. Um,
Honestly, I would promote Todd Monken
mm, Over a Super
because
Bowl winning coach.
I'm saying if you have to get rid of Harbaugh, if I'm just like I need to change, we need a new voice, whatever, I would promote Todd Monken. I like what he's doing with the offense. I like what he's doing with Lamar. Let's let him put a staff together. Let's see if he's smart enough to not know, to realize he doesn't know what he doesn't know. Get a good defensive guy in there. Hey, you get this defense back on track because I'm good with the offense.
Okay,
I take my chances like that.
I hear what you're saying, but I heard a key word that you said. Have. Do you have to? Do you have to get rid of John Harbaugh?
Sometimes you just need a new voice.
Hmm. Okay. You know what? That's fair. Um, because I kind of feel like if you kind of hit a ceiling, you just kind of hit a ceiling. Because that's how I
Yeah,
mean. There's no difference to how the way I feel about Sean McDermott in Buffalo. Um,
fair. Yeah, exactly.
no, no. So no, no. You bring up a fair point. I mean, when was it? Was 2013 that last Super Bowl that they won?
Something like that.
Yeah,
The blackout.
yeah. So you're creeping up about 10 years about doing the same thing that Mike Tomlin's been doing, being
Yeah,
consistent in the mix. But been a minute since you want to play won a Super Bowl.
yeah. The
Because
I
yeah,
would
it's
say
been
the only difference. What would be the difference? I mean, you could say. Honestly, you know what? I mean, Lamar may be hurting Harbaugh.
oh, I
That
got
may
it.
be that may be the difference. Lamar Jackson actually hurting Harbaugh because the one thing you can say about Harbaugh that you can't say about Mike Tomlin, bro, you have a 2-time MVP quarterback. Why
Mm,
can't you get it done? Mike Tomlin is benefiting from the fact that Ben Roethlisberger never won an MVP because you couldn't
mm,
say that. It was a cap. Hey, you got one of the best quarterbacks in the league. That's all you
right.
can
True.
say. You got one of the best. Yeah, you got a Hall of Fame quarterback. Hall of Fame, but Hall of Fame and MVP. It was two different rooms. Yeah, you're in the building, but you're in a different room. You ain't in the VIP club. Lamar is like, bro, you have an MVP quarterback. Why can't you get it done?
Mm, that's
Every
fair.
other MVP quarterback has jewelry.
At least majority of them do. Multi is he's a two-time winner, so it's
Yeah,
kind of like
yeah.
yeah,
And you're talking about giving him a third,
yeah, yeah.
but you can't get it done. And you know what? At the end of the year, if it comes down to the two, we
Mm,
just paid Lamar. Lamar's on the hook for 200 mil.
mm.
We have to keep him. And like I said, look, the offense. People, Ravens fans complained about the offense. We brought in Todd Monken. Everybody loves what he's doing with the offense. Lamar Jackson showed you his commitment. He
Mm.
came in. He came in into the season, best shape of his career. Slimmed back down to his rookie. So he put in the work. Like he put in the work to improve.
And he's
Because
balling.
of that, right? He's having an MVP season. Maybe we just need a new voice. And I know there's injuries on the deep. They've been hurt. Like Cal Hamilton has missed some time. Humphreys missed some
Yeah,
time.
yeah. But Kyle still played in that last game. He still played.
Facts. But and he did. They didn't give up a touchdown. Like what else you want me to do, Coach? And
Hey,
that's
hey,
what I say. When you go look at the other side of the ball, and you come to it, what do we do, man?
yeah.
Is it Lamar or is it Harbaugh? What? Who Kevin Hart say? Somebody had to go.
And you're not moving. You're not moving Lamar.
No, you're not getting rid of Lamar. We just gave him $200 million, and he's a 2-time MVP.
And he's one of the
Potentially
best.
could be a 3-time MVP. That man wouldn't last 3 seconds on the free agent market
Nope.
if we cut him, or if we think about trading him. Like the minute we think about it, that phone's gonna ring 15 times. So yeah, it would be Harbaugh, and I mean, you gonna bring in Bill Belichick if,
No.
if it's cachet that you're after.
Hmm.
But we know what Bill wants full control.
Yeah.
Are you gonna? I
Let him
mean, the
have.
GM to me from the outside looking in, Baltimore's GM is not bad. I mean,
Been there for a
we could
minute.
yeah. I mean, he learned from one of the best, Ozzie Newsome.
Yeah.
We could we could have signed Patrick Queen. Sure, that might have been a mistake, but I don't see too many mistakes coming from their front office personnel wise.
No,
So
they usually draft pretty well, and they usually get good
right,
free go.
yeah, they're one of the best run organizations in the league. So
Yeah.
do you get rid of both of them to bring in Bill? I don't think so.
Nah,
So
nah.
again, it just comes down to Harbaugh. Who's going to be happy if you go get Dion?
Oh no. Ooh.
I mean, I don't know. If you get Dion, you may be able to get Trav.
Nah, you got to do a lot of moving mountains to get that high to get Trav.
Not apparently not how Dion thinks the draft works.
Hey, I mean, if he could if the Mannings can do what they do, he's gonna be looking out for Travis and Shador. So
Oh, they'll fire him that day. You talking about because you immediately on the hot seat. You talk about bringing Shador over here and get rid of Lamar Jackson. Your hot seat starts now. You on that remember the Titans hot seat. Lose a game. Fire. You better go 17-0 with the Super Bowl. You bring Shador in here, boy.
Yost.
But I don't. There's not really a lot of sexy candidates this year.
Nah. I be. It probably won't happen, but man, I would like to see Brian Flores get a shot. Coaching
I've been
job.
voice defense. He now that'd be a lateral move, so they couldn't do that. I would say if let's say this was last year, that would have been a perfect time. Hey, promote Monken to your head coach. Let him hire Brian Flores. Hey, you handle the defense. That's your thing. You got complete control. Let Tom Monken run. That would have been a good combo.
Yeah.
But they won't allow a lateral move unless they were to make him like what's the position, like executive head coach or assistant head coach.
Yeah.
It has to be some kind of change like that. I don't know, man. Maybe he just gets one more year.
I get what you're saying when it comes with the needing to hear a new voice type of situation, because some of that happened. I mean, sometimes you just taking the team as far as you could,
Yeah. I think the last what was the last similar situation? Maybe with Gruden in Tampa. You fire Tony Dungy, bring in Gruden, get a new voice, new attitude. They win the Super Bowl.
They did.
Because offensively, what he was supposed to do offensive, they didn't look like that. They averaged like 20 points a game.
Yeah.
That offense was still pedestrian. But hey, that if you've ever heard Warren Sapp talk about it, it's needed that voice, that different voice. He was a little more energetic. Got him going, and was able to take him to the next level. Who knows? Or even look at I guess that'd be probably the most recent. McVay taking over for Fisher.
Mm-hmm. Well, that needs.
Or hell no. Matter of fact, that's sitting right in front of face. Down in Miami, McDaniels taking over Flores. The Dolphins look god awful. I mean, I'll take that back. They just weren't winning games under Flores.
Yeah.
But you bring in McDaniels and they look like the greatest show on turf. Still can't win a playoff game, but
yeah.
I mean, they got there. They didn't get there under Flores, so yeah. It is what it is. We'll see, man. But top. Yeah, those are our top tens. That was a good little conversation. I like that conversation, man. What's up next? Oh yeah. So it's from last week. We both did fairly well, and you're seeing correctly, people. I am no longer 8 games back. I am only 7 games back.
Moving on up. Hey man, up. Hey, I can't even cap, man. There was a time I was going perfect until I hit those
Yeah.
afternoon games, and then it started to unravel a little bit for me. Um, Falcons got dog walk. 49ers lost in the last second, so Chiefs
Yeah.
they didn't win, and then that Bengals and Chargers game ended up turning
Oh.
into a good game. So
Yeah.
um, and Bengals are cooked, bro.
They are. Just the slow start. It finally caught up to them. Getting off those slow starts. You can't play catch up forever. This season, they finally caught up to them. But yeah, shout out to the Bills. Shout out to the Buffalo Bills for getting me back a game this week. As I went 11-3, you went 10-4.
Man.
Um,
Seahawks,
I mean, the Patriots let me down. They
come on,
they
man.
they could have won that game if it was Drake didn't get knocked out. They could have won that game, but they say the Bills made up for it for me, and the Bills and the Broncos. Shout out to the Bills and the Broncos. Yeah, I knew it was gonna be rough for them boys going up in that. The Falcons, they had no chance. Yeah, they went to the strip club on Saturday. That's what happened. It was like, yeah, we got this. We going out, bro. So yeah, down 7 games instead of 8. Trying to pick up another game this week, and my Cleveland Browns may have done it for me. We'll see how the rest of the week goes. But right now, I'm happy. Brown Steelers. I'm up right now. See if we can cut this lead to 6. With 6 weeks left to go. That'd be like, hey, fun race. Kick off the Sunday schedule. Your Kansas City Chiefs get the intra squad scrimmage that is the Carolina Panthers. Yeah, this is it. I mean, if you're gonna take a L and you gotta have a game the next week,
You'll get
this is
back
probably
in.
yeah, this is the team that I would probably pick to get back to the winning ways. Yeah, Carolina. To me, they have no chance. And not even because under normal circumstances you would think team be upset and get punted up. Honestly, I think they're gonna face a more relaxed Chiefs team because now they don't have that undefeated chip. Ain't got to worry about it. They could talk about the future without the U word.
Yeah.
And it's like not even that they were going for it, but it does add a little bit of prep to
Yeah. No, it does.
Yeah, people are going to talk about it, and because you could imagine what it would have been if they win last week. Oh, you got Carolina. We keep it. You only got 5 more games left. Yeah, so now it's done. They can breathe. They can get back to just playing football and have fun playing football and getting ready for the playoffs. So, I think last week's loss actually made the Chiefs a little bit more dangerous. But needless to say, I'm going Chiefs in this game.
Oh no doubt. Bad time to run into the Chiefs. They definitely gonna use you as practice squad material right now. So I'm definitely riding with the Chiefs. Going into that next game, divisional game, NFC North, Minnesota, Chicago. Only problem is Chicago is reeling, man. Man, they firing people left and right, and it ain't making a damn difference. So, oh yeah, she's a Steelers fan. 4 years.
That's
Yeah,
okay, Corey. I'm not a huge trash talker. I'm only a trash talker when people bring it out of me. You have not. You've been cool. Honestly, people don't realize this. Like Browns fans and Steelers fans really don't hate each other. It's probably the most respectful rivalry in the league. Like Raiders and Broncos, so I've seen them damn near kill each other. Like my homie was a Broncos fan, and we used to go watch. Yeah, we like I'm a Browns fan, and I'm in there throwing blows with. I ain't even part of the rivalry, bro, but I got my man's back. You know what I'm saying? The
for real.
Steelers fans and Browns fans is like the most. Is just a respect there, and like a lot of people don't know when the Browns got yanked out of Cleveland, the first people to sign a petition to bring them back was actually Steelers ownership. So yeah, there's a respect between Cleveland and Pittsburgh that makes that rivalry.
Yo, you're a fool, bro. You're a whole
Oh
fool.
man, I hate Rod. You are not going to violate uh, Casey and JoJo Haley like that. Don't you ever use their lyrics for your personal gain. That is a no no. You stop that right now. All right. Oh, was you done on the Vikings and Bears?
Oh no, I'm definitely going Minnesota. Chicago ain't worth a damn.
I'm saying. Yeah, man. Just trying to get Sam Darnold back on track, man. Uh, keep pace. Just see if they can keep pace. They still got a shot, outside shot, at the number one seed. You know, so I think they go in there and get the W. It's be a good game. Like I said, just to get back on track, get Sam Darnold build his confidence back up for before we go on this end of season playoff run. So looking for the Vikings to get it done. I don't know what's going on in Chicago, man. Like I said, they're firing people all over the place. I feel sorry for Caleb Williams because I didn't. I was not a fan of his coming into the draft, but I didn't want him to go to Chicago. And it's for this exact reason. Like I know the Browns seem dysfunctional at times. The Bears are the most dysfunctional franchise in the league, bro. Like, and that may be even more than the Panthers.
They terrible, bro.
Like, yeah, like, but it is what it is. Tennessee going to Houston, take on the Texans. I like the Texans. Can't really say they look. I want to say they looked good against that, but it's Dallas.
Yeah,
That was terrible. This just ain't this season. A lot going on down there. They did what they should have done. Um, I look for them to stay on track against Tennessee. Easy work.
and
Oh my God.
I can't read, so
So once your mom was, hey Lamar, Mitch is reading it too. Step your game up.
yeah, I can't read, so yeah, I can't.
Oh man.
I ain't messing with y'all. But no, yeah, no, yeah, Texans, Tennessee ain't nothing to talk about. Yeah, I can't hear neither. So, um, but no, as we get to the next game, Detroit, Indianapolis. I was almost this close to going to Indianapolis,
Okay.
but I'm gonna still ride with Detroit. Still one of the better teams in the NFL. Period. So I'm going with the Lion Pride. Rawr,
Not the sound effects.
rawr.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. The Lions, like I told you last week, I felt the Lions were playing the best football in the NFL. Is even prior to Kansas City taking their first loss. Um, The coach is just standing on the tracks when the train's coming through. That's all. Listen, I don't. I was so mad. I thought I was gonna be, if I'd have made that prediction, and they would have put 60 up. But they fell just short, 52. That hurt my heart. I think they're gonna put 40 up on the Colts though. It's not gonna be pretty. It's not gonna be pretty at all. So Colts fans, hey, get ready. Pat McAfee and the crew. I hope y'all not planning to go to this game because it's gonna be ugly. Next up, we got the Patriots going down to Miami, take on the Dolphins, and I was so conflicted in picking this game. Reason being, the Patriots. Actually, no, it's the inverse. So I'm tripping. The Dolphins have all kind of success against the Patriots at home, even during the Belichick Brady years. So, got to take the Dolphins at home. Actually, they look like they were the Dolphins last week, so they may be getting back on track. So some. The book club. Got the book club popping off. So yeah, I'm going with the Dolphins.
Nah, I'm with you. I'm going Dolphins, man. Starting, like you said, starting to get that offense back into the flow and thick of things. Tua's playing better football. Still no offense. Not enough offense with New England. So yeah, give me Dolphins in this one. Tampa Bay and the Giants. Hey, them Giants, man, go in the bye week and make your quarterback change. I think that's quite funny. And then you look at what Saquon's doing, that compiles it even more. So, but no, give me Tampa Bay in this because they're still fighting for at least a wild card spot. Giants they're getting ready for trying to see how far up they can get into the draft because if they were still serious about winning, you would have went to Drew Lock before you went to Tommy Cutlets or Cold Cut. All that, man. What they call it, man?
Called the cold cut combo.
Yeah, Cold Cut. That ain't what they call them. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Give me Buccaneers, man.
Yeah, I would co-sign that, man. Actually, no, they might not be sick. Giants fans should be used to it, man. Their franchise has been messing up for the last several years. Hell, it might have even started while Odell was still there.
Oh.
But I'm with you. Yeah, give me the Buccaneers even if it is on the road and even if it does snow. It's too much to overcome for the Giants. Tampa Bay needs a win. They need a win. The Falcons are trying to get the division back. So this is definitely an opportunity for them to climb back in it. And definitely get back in the wild card race. So I look for Tampa to take advantage of that. We've got Dallas going to Chocolate City, take on the Washington Commanders. This is a chance for the Commanders to get back on track, and I fully expect them to. There's just too much nonsense going down in Dallas, man. With like, Micah, what are we doing? We need a ban on players like. I respect your podcast, not during the season, bro. Like, why are you messing up on Sunday, then going to airing the team's dirty laundry on Monday? Like, cut it out, bro. This is just not a good look. Say that for the off season. And it's not even just him. Like, I don't like Draymond. Draymond does it, but at least Draymond has put his work in. He's got 4 rings, bro. He's earned that right. Micah, what did you ain't even got a defensive player of the year yet, bro.
You ain't even gotta get past the second round.
Right? You talking about, bro, your team, bro. Like, I can't believe it. Did you hear what he said? Bro, y'all 3-7. Talking about, I think we're a good football team.
Where? Where? What do y'all?
Got ran out of the building, 34-10, and you trying to talk about? Well, we only gave up 6 points after halftime. That's because they quit playing, bro. What do you mean? Do you not watch football?
I
When
don't know
teams
what.
are up by a certain amount and they see that you can't do anything, they now stop playing because they ain't trying to get hurt. So they run clock. Bro, if they would have had to put up 50 to win, if it would have just been like, hey, the first team scored 50 win, bro, the game would have been over in 30. It'd been over quicker than you know it. Talking about we only gave up 6 points after halftime, bruh.
You want to sit your ass
Stop
down?
it, man. Yeah, all the way. Said Draymond emotional. He need that outlet. Apparently not. Didn't he just get kicked out of the game the other night? They talk about man children. He's a man child. But yeah, give me the Commanders all day, easy.
Commanders ain't nothing to talk about, man. Command ain't wasting my breath on that. And then of course, hey, you were talking about it earlier, Raiders Broncos. Here it comes, the rivalry, and here comes the beatdown. Denver about to be off. They about to whoop that damn tail, boy.
Yeah, I'm with you. Um, but I'm not gonna lie, it wouldn't surprise me to see an upset. If there's a game this week that's like an upset special, I would pick this one. It's just that rivalry and anything can happen. But I expect the Broncos to win. San Fran going to Lambeau to take on the Packers. And I'm super, super surprised. But I'm grateful that you picked the 49ers because I'm going with the Packers at home. There's a cold front coming along that Midwest, if you hadn't noticed. Temperature drops a little bit. And when the temperature drops, the lower the temperature gets, the better the Packers play at home.
Hmm.
Book it. Going Green Bay.
Yeah. Only reason why I went San Francisco because this to me this is a must win. They got to start um, getting some traction going because they got a lot of divisional games down the stretch too, and they're not in the driver's seat of that division. Um, I'm looking for the 49ers to get back on track, make things happen, man. Because you don't want to mess around and get caught too far behind that eight ball. Um, because they don't have their divisional lock, and then there's
Oh, no, they're at
there's
the bottom.
yeah, there's some leapfrogging they're gonna have to do to get back into contention. So, but you got to start beating these good teams too. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and this one right here, man, this is I think this is the one you got to get if you want to start making that move towards the playoffs. So that's the only reason why I went with 49ers on this one. Only reason. But this next game, I was conflicted on this one, Arizona and Seattle, because I don't which team am I getting? It's so hard, man. But Seattle at home, great last minute win that they got last week against San Fran. So I went with Seattle this week.
Reluctantly, I'm with you. I think I had the same conflict. As you know, Seattle was one of my surprise teams coming into the season. 4 games in, they made me look like a genius, and then ever since, they've probably been the most inconsistent team in the league.
Hmm.
To the point where I 180'd on them. And then what happened? They go and beat the 49ers.
Hmm.
I'm with you, man. Like, what Seattle team are we going to see? Are we going to see the team that has so much potential coming into the season? And are we going to see the disappointment? Like, I don't know. And the sad thing is, this game is literally for first place.
Hmm.
That's the sad. It's literally for first place in the division. So just because I'm giving them a bit of the benefit of the doubt because they're at home, and I'm going Seattle as well. Um, Philly and the Rams. in LA, and this is why the Arizona Seattle game is for first place, because I think the Rams, who are in second place in the NFC West, are going to take that L to Philly. Philly's just hot right now. They're playing well. Like I said, I'm just doing prior rankings. It just seems like they figured it out, and a huge reason for that is Saquon Barkley. So I look for him to have another outstanding game, and Philly get the dub.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Not only are they, starting to roll with Saquon, their defense is coming around. They're just playing better football than most teams right now, including the Rams. So, yeah, give me Philly as well. And then, of course, the Harbaugh Bowl. You got the Harbaugh brothers going at it. Um, Man, I can't wait to see this one, man. This was gonna be good. Um, and you know, can the Chargers continue to roll? They've been doing well. Defense been playing well. Um,
Mm.
can they contain Lamar? I'm looking for a, an all-out game. I think it'll be more defensive than most people are anticipating.
Mm-hmm.
But when can Herbert and Lamar interject themselves into the game and hopefully do something great for their teams? Because I don't think it's going to be an offensive shootout. I really think it's going to be some hard nosed, slobber knocker football, because they both
Yeah.
kind of the same um, idea: run the ball, play defense. So we'll see. But I'm going Baltimore in this one.
Me as well. Only I don't know what their record is against each other or how many times they played each other, but what I do know is John won the one that mattered in the
Hmm.
Super Bowl.
He did.
And it's like the funny thing about this game is it's a actually honestly a role reversal from that game. If you remember, uh, John had the pocket passing quarterback, and Jim, who had Colin Kaepernick, had
Yep.
the he was the quote unquote next great quarterback, running all over the place using his legs. Probably the reason that big part of the reason that the read option is so popular today. Started with Colin Kaepernick, um, but now it's flip flop. John has the mobile genius, the next great one, and Jim has the pocket passer. The only other difference is Jim has the better defense this time, and but Jim has never faced a Lamar Jackson,
Yeah.
and if I remember correctly, the Lamar Jackson type quarterbacks that he faced when he was in Michigan, yeah, he didn't fare too well. So, yeah, I'm taking the Ravens, and I think the Ravens need this game more than the Chargers. So I think they're going to come out with a little sense of desperation, especially them knowing that the Steelers lost tonight and they can creep right back up in the division. That's a great motivator. So I look for them to get the job done. And
Dig that. Dig that.
yeah, that is that. Um, game you looking to watch? Looking forward to that does not involve your team.
Yeah. Definitely that San Francisco Green Bay game. Cause I'm curious to see how San Francisco responds, man. I don't want to, I think it's equivalent of a must-win game, and I'm just curious to see how they come out and play. And Jordan Love, how
Mm.
does he? Um, he was able to move the ball at points and times in that playoff game, but I want to see if he, um, you know, uh, kind of learned his lesson and just kind of take what this 49ers defense gives him, and hopefully he can kind of get some get back from that playoff loss, because I think they could have won that game. So
Yeah.
um, let's see if he can help write the obituary for the 49ers this year. So we'll see.
Yeah. For me, I honestly probably right there with you. Yeah, that would definitely be a game for me. Um, Green Bay is one of my sleeper teams, and with what we saw tonight, hoping that cold front keeps going and moves right on up in Wisconsin. I need to see another weather game, man. Weather games are so much fun to watch, even more fun to play in. But yeah, if some little snow flurries move up there in Green Bay, yeah, that'll definitely be a fun watch. With two teams who can play the game. So yeah, definitely out there. Yeah, I'm gonna co-sign that with you. That'll definitely be the one to watch. Two studs, one dud.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Tampa Bay defense. Go have yourselves a game. It's the best time to do it. It's the best time to do it. It's Tommy Cold Cuts or whatever his name is. Tommy Cutlets, whatever. That guy. With his Rat Pack. His Rat Pack attorney or representative.
Tony two times.
Yeah, Tony two times. No, let me. Um, and then believe it or not, Bo Nix, go have yourself a game against the Raiders, man. I think you can definitely ball out, do your thing, and see what happens. Dud, I hate to say it. Yeah, here's your dud. Woof, Caleb Williams. Brian Flores is probably going to draw it up for you.
Oh yeah.
It might be some.
Yeah.
It might be a long day, bro. Because Brian Flores is going to try to make your life miserable.
Yeah. Yeah, you got that right. For me, I hate to say this one. Baker Mayfield.
Mm.
Yeah, I think Baker Mayfield's gonna get the job done in New York. So fantasy owners, there you go. If you got Baker, be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Second stud. That would be too easy. See if I can get it. Who's gonna be like a grinder? You know what? Against that tough defense, Lamar Jackson.
Mm.
Again, if you are the MVP that everybody thinks you are, thinks you can be, should be, this is one of those games that helps you win it. So I think you can have a game against the Chargers because they're definitely going to focus on Derrick Henry. So they're going to make Lamar prove it, and I think he will. Dud, Mr. Podcast, Dallas Cowboys defense. Yeah,
I can't.
yeah, Mr. Podcast. I want to hear what you're gonna have to say after this one. If you think y'all still a good football team, I see Jaden Daniels having a relatively good game against you guys. So good luck with that, bro. And with that, man, that's another one in the books, man. What you got for the folks before we get out of here?
Man, y'all know what it is, man. Y'all make sure y'all tap.
Wait a minute. I forgot, man. I'm slipping. Next week's Thanksgiving, so there's no Thursday night game. There's no Thursday night game on Prime. But there's football next week.
Oh, yeah. And we'll be here to cover it all, baby. Fat and full. Because I'm going to be eating good.
Let's see. Thanksgiving, NFL. We got starts, just West Coast time. 12:30 Eastern. Chicago and Detroit. Get that rivalry going. Followed by, obviously, the main game of the day is usually Cowboys and somebody. This year it's the Giants and the Cowboys. And then finish it off in the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field. Why did they do that to the Dolphins, man? Miami and Green Bay from Lambeau. That game, that's a late game at 5, what would normally be the prime game, 8:20 Eastern. And we will be on about 10 to 15 minutes after that game ends. So at our normal time, we will be with you next week. Mm-hmm. And now, what do you got for the folks when we get up out of here?
Hey, man, tap in with us, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Hey, have yourselves a wonderful Thanksgiving day, and then tap in with us again on the Audible. But before that, hey, y'all know where to be at every Friday night. Tap in with us, man. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other, man.
Absolutely, yeah. Definitely don't forget tomorrow. We know this week. We chose to do it. Tomorrow is our Thanksgiving episode of the Audible Sports Podcast. So we're gonna be talking about the do's and don'ts to Thanksgiving dinner. That's what we're talking about tomorrow. So yeah, definitely tap in with us. Hey, shout out Corey. Appreciate you joining us. Tomorrow, what time tomorrow? What do you mean? Let me give you the whole breakdown, Corey. Don't worry about it. Here we go. As soon as this thing gets out of my way. Just remember, hit that like button, subscribe if you are new, and turn your notifications on so you can know the next time we are here and you can be heard, which is Thursdays about 10 to 15 minutes after Thursday Night Football. And, of course, every Friday for the main show, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. So that's 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. I don't know all the zones in between, so forgive me. My math don't be mathing like that. But,
Nothing like that.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Need something to do while driving to Charlotte. Hey, Bluetooth your phone to your car, but make sure before you do that, put it on YouTube. Let it play through speakers. There you go. Friend. Let me see, Charlotte. Yeah, what's going down in Charlotte?
Oh, they having Friendsgiving. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Couldn't make that one. This shit.
That's what's up.
Got all these kids, man.
I mean, that's what happened, when you participate in adult activities, sometimes you do. That's the subject for a different show. This is a football show. We're not going to discuss that right now. We'll talk about that tomorrow. But yeah, tomorrow, Thanksgiving episode, we're going to talk about the do's and don'ts of Thanksgiving and our favorite dishes and all of that good stuff to prepare you for the holiday next week. And with that being said, man, I appreciate y'all for joining us tonight, spending your evening with us, or a little bit of your evening with us. Shout out to the chat, shout out to Corey, shout out to Big Ron, shout out to our people in Thailand. You know what I mean? I didn't realize that. Yeah, remember we got folks in Thailand that check us out. Remember, it's 12:30 on Friday. Sorry, it's Friday over there.
Oh yeah,
so they're like lunchtime and stuff. It was wild, man. What the hell is dude?
All right.
OG Bobby. Hey, I'm with it. But yeah, for myself, Wildcard Mar, I appreciate y'all showing up. It's always love. Remember, tomorrow, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. Whoa! We're going to put a pause on that, Corey. We're not going to put that out into the universe.
Shut up, Corey. Shut up, man. You did this how you get kicked out. That's how you get kicked out.
On that note,
we gotta chill out now.
We will catch y'all next week, man. Peace.